Ikaw na pagkaniulbi Puro kaya kapag itulog mo Syukulog mo na Sukot-sugaw ko mo.
But congratulations.
Jim, I just woke up.
I know.
Wait, okay.
Okay, so so Bobby answered the door. You guys were already in here doing whatever you all do. And I was meant to be here at 12:55, and I was here at 12:50, and he came very glassy-eyed into the room and went, why are you so early? 5 minutes. Like, you got to adjust for traffic and parking and all that type of stuff. I had to park on this road, which is a nightmare. You can't even have friends over to this place. Parking.
What comic is early?
I'm always on time, man.
I know you're.
That's one of my things.
What else is one of your things? Pay your taxes?
I hope so. For the sake of this podcast, yes.
Yeah. What is another thing?
I'm looking forward to Trump reckons he'll get rid of income tax. I reckon that's going to be all right if he does that.
I don't think he's going to do that.
I'll never call him Hitler again. I'll call him my Führer. If he gets rid of income tax, you won't hear any more complaints out of me. I'll be the biggest fan he's ever had.
How much money would we save? So much, right?
Well, it would be different for each person.
Yeah. But for richies like you.
I'm not as rich as you. I don't have a podcast studio.
Yeah.
But I do have somewhere to park my cars, so swings and roundabouts.
Oh, what's your take on Irwin?
Okay, when the Irwin was built, my wife said, "This is amazing. This will raise the value of our property." And
Like
she goes, because people want to be near the Irwin.
Yeah.
And, you know, look, we might be making money if my wife wasn't buying a $25 smoothie a day. You know, it all adds up.
Yeah.
It all adds up.
It's worth it. No, the $25 smoothie?
Yeah. And my wife the other day got into me because we had 2 Netflix subscriptions. She went, oh, you've been throwing money down the toilet. And she drank a smoothie from Irwin. No, I look, some of the, I don't mind Irwin area. I like it. It's chill to run around. There's a candy store there that is pointless.
Oh, yeah, it's going to close.
It has to.
It's going to close. We want it to close.
It's just, who buys bags of candy? Like, if you're at the movies and you can go buy a bag of candy because you're going to sit there with your feed bag.
Yeah.
But who just buys a bag of candy for home?
Jim, kids do.
Yeah, but it's overpriced. It's expensive. It's near Irwin area.
Okay.
This, like, you know, if you want to just get cheap chocolate or whatever, just go to the newsagents.
You have so much in every place you go, do you find out the negatives of it?
I've just said that my house property went up because of it.
It's not real beef.
How have I been negative? What's not real beef?
Arby's.
Oh, Arby's.
I'm just saying
not going to be.
I
like how you use that as the example of he could make fun of anything. He'd complain about Arby's. If you're not complaining about Arby's, you're not complaining about enough in your life.
Okay. Well, I'm not as fast as you. I just came up with Arby's. I'm so sorry, okay? What's another one? McDonald's? Anyway, let's move on.
I don't mind McDonald's.
Yeah.
I reckon McDonald's.
Hi-Ho, do you think it's the best?
Hi-Ho's all right. I prefer Five Guys. I think is a better burger. But Hi-Ho is a grass-fed burger, and so that's a big deal for me. The grass-fed. I've tried to move over to grass-fed. Since I found out about the tariffs, they reckon that Australia is getting America imports $26 billion worth of Australian beef.
Wow.
And Australia doesn't import any American beef. And a lot of the Republicans were like this. They were like, oh, this is terrible. Why don't they import? Because why would we? We got the good beef.
Yeah, you got the good beef.
You go to a steakhouse in America. What does it say down the bottom? Australian Wagyu. Like there'll be like an option down the bottom.
I mean, I do the Tokyo Japanese one, but
where you're like, do I dare spending the money? And good-looking women just go, I'll have that. Yeah. But with the Wagyu, you never go into a steakhouse in Australia and there's a bit down the bottom that says corn-fed American shit.
It doesn't. It never says that.
But it is. That's the whole thing. Like, if them going, oh, you buy beef of us, then you should buy, then you should buy beef of us. That's like getting a prostitute and then calling her up the next week going, I'd like to do it again, but you'll pay.
Yeah. It's just like that. It's just like that. Is prostitution still legal in Australia?
What do you mean still legal? Of course it's still legal. No one turns that back. It's like when a government adds taxes, they don't, they just go no new taxes.
Yeah.
No one's going into a campaign in Australia and we'll do this and we'll fix the thing. The national debt will go down. We'll get more healthcare and we'll get rid of those pesky prostitutes.
Yeah.
That has been lowering the divorce rate and paying taxes and lowering the ST. There's no negative to legalise prostitution.
We were just in Australia, and well, first of all, thank you for the quokkas.
Oh, did you go see the quokkas?
Dude.
What did I tell you? What did I tell you?
So Jim, about, I don't know, maybe a year ago, he knew that we were going to Australia. So we're in the green room at the Comedy Store, and you were really aggressive about the quokkas.
Yeah, because I knew you'd enjoy it.
I know, but you're like, mate, you got it.
It's like if you'd never seen a great set of titties, I would go, you got to check out titties.
I'm a little
titties are good.
I'm a little titty guy though.
Well, then you wouldn't have enjoyed the quokkas. I don't know how this is all going.
Yeah. So we go to the island. I make Andrew go, the ginger.
He wouldn't have liked it. Look at them. There they are.
Look at them.
Wow.
They're the best. They have no fear of mankind. They will wander up next to you. They're the cutest animal in the entire world, and they live at Rottnest Island, just off the coast of Perth.
Yeah. But
40-minute ferry ride.
But it was literally worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I told you.
But I mean, we don't do that. Generally, if a comic goes, I might, you know what I mean? You got to see the mongoose of the Himalayas or whatever.
Yeah.
I wouldn't go on top of the Himalayas to see the mongoose, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but apart from that, it's just a nice island with nice beaches, and it's a nice day out, regardless.
We did a bike ride.
The bike ride, did you eat a prawn pizza at that restaurant there, the pub?
You didn't recommend it. We didn't go there.
Yeah, but they got good. There's only one place to fucking eat, or you go to the Bakers or whatever.
Okay, so we didn't go to the prawn pizza, no.
No, it was very good.
Yeah.
You go back.
But the quokkas are, I didn't realize that they were kind of we found one quokka.
And then you find thousands.
Yeah, and then the baby was in
The pouch, yeah, they're marsupial.
Yeah. It wasn't that cute because they were both dead, but still, I could still visualize.
Well, see, that was some kids got in trouble. They got arrested and put in prison and everything because they were playing a game of quokka soccer.
Oh, no.
Some kids who were on their school vacation because they're the size of a soccer ball running up and kicking them. And that's why these animals have no fear of human beings. That's why, because everyone's nice to them. You can't bring a dog, you can't bring a cat onto the thing. It's their island, and they don't have any predators. So they're completely chill with you. And all it takes is one like you to kill one with a baby or whatever.
You're
all right. Well, I didn't kill a quokka.
I know. Yeah, but here's another thing that you told me, because I know a lot about Australia from you.
Yeah, okay.
I think you told me about the frogs.
Well, the cane toads.
Yeah, the cane toad. Yeah. Yeah. So whenever I'm in the green room at any club and I see Jim, you know what I mean? It's just an education about Australia.
I'm like the Steve-O in a comedy, but I'm less funny.
All right. Let me see what I've learned. Anything.
Okay.
So many years ago in Australia.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
There was some sort of insect. There was
a cane beetle.
cane beetle.
Yeah.
And they were eating the vegetation or crops.
They're eating the sugar cane. It all links together. The cane toad, the cane beetle, and the sugar cane. Sugar cane is the through line of this whole story. This is just keep doing bits and showing your dick on stage. Your storytelling's atrocious.
I know. And then it probably happened in Cane City.
No, Queensland.
Queensland. Okay. So then the farmers were like, let's get these toads from Europe?
They were from, they might be Danish or something. They're from a Scandinavian country, from an extremely cold country.
Okay.
Yes.
Europe though still?
European, yes.
They thank you so much. And but what they didn't realize is that the cane toads couldn't jump as high to get to the...
Yeah, someone's been lying to you on this last.
No. This is what you said. No.
Okay, so what happens is... Would you want the story or the thing you're about to make up?
I wasn't going to make it up. This is what you fucking told me.
There was nothing. I've never mentioned cane toads jumping too high.
No. What you're saying is the cane toads couldn't eat the fucking the insects that were eating the fucking.
No, they could eat them.
Oh, they could eat them.
They could eat them,
yeah.
and they could get.
But they could spawn too fast.
Okay, so what happens is
all right.
if and my figures might be slightly out, but if a cane toad in say Denmark lays its eggs in the water, which they do, the freezing cold waters of Denmark, they will lay around 40,000 eggs, and only 2 of them will survive the bitter cold because that's where they're indigenous to. In the water in Australia, all 40,000 cane toads survive. So they brought out just a few cane toads to eat the sugar cane beetles, and then they populate, and now the whole country is covered, and it's ruined our ecosystem.
Because of the cane toads.
Because of the cane toads. Yeah. My grandmother used to just halfway through a sentence just kick one. Like in her 80s, be talking to you, and she'd get a stick and just whack one like a golf shot. No problem. And if you drive along the motorways the A roads in Queensland, you can drive over the top of the cane toads and they make a real good pop noise. Pop, pop, pop.
Oh, whoa.
Something to do.
But how about this, though?
Right.
I'm not a genius.
You brought one back, didn't you?
No, I didn't bring one back. What eats cane toads?
Gorillas. So we got to bring the gorillas in.
Bring the gorillas in, dude.
I don't know who eats them.
Yeah.
If you boil them up in water and drink them, you'll hallucinate, I've been told.
Really?
Yeah, people can lick the back of them or whatever, but they're an ugly ass fucking toad, man.
But they have hallucinogens in their skin.
I've been told. I've tried a lot of hallucinogens in my life, but I've been told that this is the case. But
Ayahuasca. Have you tried it?
I've never done ayahuasca.
Mushrooms.
Plenty of mushrooms.
Acid.
Yeah, why not?
I love acid.
Yeah, but not my main bag. But I've done lots of mushrooms in my day. I'll still do mushrooms to this. I still do mushrooms and weed, but I don't do any other substances. Not cigarettes, not nothing.
But you used to smoke, no?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember. Is it the kids that did it?
Yeah. Each time I had a child, I quit something.
Yeah. Wow.
So I quit cocaine at the birth of my first child, and then thank you. And that was 20 years ago, and he died prematurely, and I took it back up again. No, there's a different. 12, 13 years ago at the birth of my first child, I quit that, and then I quit. I quit drinking while my wife was pregnant with my second child.
Wow.
And I haven't had a drink in getting close to 5 years. I'll be 5 years in March, so it's 4.5 years.
Did you cold turkey or do you?
We did a couple of AAs together during COVID.
Yeah.
Which I found hard to do, comedian AAs.
Why?
Because you all share too much. Like, fuck me. I don't have all fucking day. Every single one of you is trying out a new bit.
No. Okay.
You're
right. Yeah.
We can talk off air because it is anonymous. But there was one bloke who was just like this each time. I haven't had a drink in 20 years. And you're like, then keep it short. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You don't have to share too much. You're good today.
Yeah.
I want to hear about the guy with the black eye.
Yeah.
What's his story today? Yeah. That's what. So you know what? For drinking with me and with anything that I've given up, and this isn't for everyone. I think AA is very good for people. I always just came to the end where I was like, I can't do this anymore. This is stupid. And then every time I've quit something and taken it back up, there's been a problem that I always envied the people who were still doing it. So I would watch someone smoking and go, I don't smoke, but fuck, that looks nice.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
And then my brain shifted to, I started pitying people who did it. Right, so when I see someone smoke now, I go, it sucks for them that they have to still do that.
What you saw me smoking?
Yeah, but there was so many things to feel sorry about when I looked at you. That was. You're all right.
Is it my body? Okay, let's get into it. What the fuck is your problem?
Well, you have a Comedy Store tattoo. Like you're already in there. You don't have to suck up to them anymore. You can get through. Or do you think that stops you from paying the $5 coverage fee because you think you've got a stamp already?
Well, I have a Mad TV.
I like Mad TV.
Okay.
Well, I'm good for one of my best buds is Arden Mirren.
I love Arden.
I love Arden.
Yeah.
Arden's a fun time.
She played Cindy McCain. I played John McCain. Remember? Yeah. Pull that photo up for.
You played John McCain. Didn't you play the guy who captured him?
Yeah, both. It was like Sinners. You know what I mean? I was. But I played. They took me 10 hours of prosthetics to do it.
I just did those Dr. Phil shows on the road, and I didn't know how much
fun.
A lot of fun.
Really
great show.
Yeah.
Really positive vibe in the room as well.
That's me.
Oh yeah, that's very good.
It's Arden.
There's Arden.
God damn it, Bob.
Yeah. What?
Your face, so good.
I told you how I got that, right? They just said you're playing him. I go, he was captured by people that look like me, and they go, we don't care. You're doing it.
And what was your voice?
I just like this. Hi, I'm John McCain. I don't know. I'm not an impression.
Oh, I'm a John McCain.
Oh, I'm a John McCain. I don't do impressions, so I did the best I could.
Yeah.
I haven't seen what.
I reckon that John McCain would have had a better chance against Obama, to be honest with you. He was just he was just the right amount to go against him.
Yeah,
it'd be hope versus
and
nope.
Keegan played Obama. Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah, he plays a good Obama.
okay.
He does play a good Obama.
Well, Jaime, did you introduce yourself to?
He did. We talked.
He's my sidekick.
His sidekick.
Yeah.
You
Hispanic of nature.
Oh, you are.
Yeah.
Oh, really? I didn't see it.
Yeah. And I don't know what the shaka was about, but
It's my thing.
okay.
That's the Hawaiians. That's not your thing.
Yeah. What do the Mexicans do?
This is my thing.
What? Yeah, they do. Yeah, West Side. Yeah.
This is all stand-up comedians from the 90s answering the phone. That was your thing. Not like now you kids hold it like this or something. That was what we used to do.
Wait, how do modern comics
Reese
do it?
Darby used to actually like flip it down and pull an antenna out.
Really?
Yeah, that's so Reese.
Yeah.
Just going to pick up my phone?
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah. How would you do a phone?
Oh, I hold my microphone down here. I still do that. That's still me phone.
I'll just do this.
That's how I do a big cock.
I see.
Which I still talk into.
Yeah. Okay.
But I don't hear anything back.
Yeah. You've changed those. When I'm going out to a fancy place, I wear quince. Quinte.
Spells Quince.
Quince, dude. You want to look good?
Yeah.
Because you look terrible.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm going to give you some advice. Go to Quince, get some threads.
Yeah.
Because they're classic looks, right? You look like a gentleman, right? It's affordable, right? And it's comfortable. Quince has all the things you actually want to wear this summer. Like, look at me right now.
Yeah.
Like organic cotton silk polos, European linen, beach shorts, and comfortable pants that work for everything from backyard hangs to nice dinners.
And the best part, I'm
looking at you.
The best part,
Yeah.
everything with Quince is half the cost of similar brands.
That's what I was talking about earlier, right? And by working directly with top artisans and cutting out the middleman, Quince gives you luxury pieces without the markups, bro.
And Quince only works with factories that use safe, ethical, and responsible manufacturing practices and premium fabrics and finishes.
Yeah. And I'm going to also, everyone listening to me right now, literally go to their site, look at what they have. You're going to know what I'm talking about. It's classic. It's like, when I go to like a gala, right?
Yeah.
I will wear Quince threads. And their jackets, their shirts, everything is clean, everything is comfortable, and everything is affordable. Look at that jacket right there with the brown with the little collar thing right there.
Oh, yeah.
Look at how
That's
affordable that is.
Ooh.
Stick to the staples that last with elevated essentials from Quince. Go to quince.com/belly for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. That's QUINCE.com/belly to get free shipping and 365-day returns. Once again, guys, that's quince.com/belly. Check it out.
BILT.
BIOT.
Built. You know what? When you pay rent,
What?
just randomly, you're just losing money, guy. Okay.
Tell me about it.
But thank God Built came around, right? Because there's no cost to join. And just by paying rent, you unlock flexible points that can be transferred to your favorite hotels and airlines, a future rent payment, and next Lyft ride, and more.
Wow.
So your rent is going towards something else as well.
Points.
Points, the guy.
Damn.
And when you rent through Built, dude, you unlock two powerful benefits.
Sure.
First, you earn one of the industry's most valuable points on rent every month, no matter where you live or who you are. Landlord is, you rent now, works for you.
True shocks. Second, you gain access to exclusive neighborhood benefits in your city.
Built neighborhood benefits are things like extra points on dining out, complimentary post-workout shakes, free mats or towels at your favorite fitness studios, and unique experiences that only Built members can access.
Okay, and when you're ready to travel, Built points can be converted to your favorite miles and hotel points around the world, meaning your rent can literally take you places.
So if you're not earning points on rent, my question is, what are you waiting for? Start paying rent through Built and take advantage of our neighborhood benefits by going to joinbuilt.com/belly. That's joinbuilt.com/belly. Make sure you use our URL so they know that we sent you. Joinbuilt.com/belly to sign up for Built today.
You've changed those. Can you admit this? I don't know if you can observe this in yourself, but you've completely changed since you've had kids and a wife.
I've changed in the sense that I have a priority in my life.
No, but you're cleaner.
Yeah, well, that
Physically.
Oh, well, I smell better.
You smell better. Your skin isn't as
But that's because there's no cigarettes and I'm not like sweating out the alcohol from the night before. It's nothing to do with my washing regime. I used to wash myself. It just didn't take.
I know, but I'm just saying you're much more mindful about how you look. You lost weight.
I gotta do the school. Yeah, there we go. Look at that guy. That guy was up to no good.
Oh my god,
you little fat fuck. That guy. I was looking good then as well. I was happy with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was a sweaty, fat, drinking guy. Look, that guy did all right with the ladies. It doesn't make any difference.
I think I knew you then. Maybe
you would have. Yeah, that was
when you were living in Venice. Maybe.
Yeah. Well, that was a bit before that, but that was around the same year.
Yeah. But I've known you for a very long time. But I mean, even in my, I don't know you. We're not like besties.
We could be, but
we could
put the effort in.
But I've always adored you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
and I thought you're pretty cool as well.
That's good for you.
Yeah,
that compliment's very good.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Cool, man.
Actually, they made my heart.
I always big you up to people. I stick up for you all the time.
I think you do, yeah.
I know, and people are constantly saying bad things, but I always step in.
I know.
I always step in.
Also,
I always step in and go, he's all right. He's all right. He's all right.
Yeah. I've always gotten that vibe from you, though, that you were just super cool to me.
Yeah.
Like, I remember one experience was Montreal. Do you remember hanging out there?
I don't know.
Yeah, but we were hanging out in some sort of like green room or whatever. And I was just sitting there and you sat next to me and we just started chatting. I mean, you've just always been kind of very nice. Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
I want to apologize for our bad friends in Mexico, too. That was a nightmare.
That wasn't your fault. That wasn't your fault. We all tried
there?
it, but we couldn't hear anything. We couldn't hear what each other was talking to. It was a fucking night. It wasn't like we were at the O2 to do it, was it? I got a lobby in a hotel in Mexico. And he'll probably have Jimmy Carr on fucking the O2. Who are you having at the O2?
We're not doing the O2. We're doing OVO.
It's still 12,000 seats.
How much does O2?
O2's like 18,000.
Okay.
18,000.
Oh, no, we're just doing our pod.
I know, but you're going to have a guest on, right? Someone come on, like some famous Britishy type comic?
We did. Well, here's the thing. It's not what we did in Mexico. When we did it in Mexico, right, with you.
Yeah, it was like what you can do in Mexico. It was an abortion.
Yeah. It was an abortion. We're in Cancun or whatever. And
or buy oranges.
Sniper.
When he says something.
Yeah, when he's ready to go. When he's ready to go laser focus.
Yeah, he's like, what do you
buy oranges.
What are you, Caitlin Clark right now? You're on a roll, dude.
Or buy oranges.
Yeah. Fuck, dude.
Fucking, I come from Australia and I introduced him to the fucking quokka.
Yeah.
You've given him a bag of oranges.
Yeah. Strawberries.
Yeah.
Strawberries, he's got all of them.
Yeah.
He's got all of them.
Yeah.
Oh, real Mexican food? Not this.
Did you not sleep well last night?
Yeah. What is the difference between Mexico? Because I've been to Mexico and everyone told me that the food was going to be different. And then I went to Mexico and the food was the same. Like from Mexico food here, like there's a little bit less sour cream and stuff. Like you've taken away the nice bits, and then but there's still quintessentially it's tortillas with seasoned meat.
Answer him.
I know it's better than
No,
roadside.
don't point at him. Answer him.
No, roadside is terrible.
Okay, but just ask.
That's not
answer the question.
Yeah.
That's not Mexican food.
Right. Paquito must then. Let's do Paquito must. I love
You
Paquito
have one
must.
opportunity to talk. This is your window, and
Yes.
that's what you do. You fucking point to the roadhouse.
Roadside, because have you had roadside?
What? Like kills?
No, roadside tacos. He takes me to that restaurant all the time, and he's like twice, and he's like, "This is good Mexican food."
The first time was good. The second time was bad. Answer his question.
Well, okay, I'll tell you what I don't like about authentic Mexican food. I like a flour tortilla. When you do those mealy sort of half corn, half flour ones, what's all that about?
Yeah, what's that about?
What?
This shitty bread that's no good, but still got all the
it's
calories.
half corn, half flour. What's that
half
about?
corn, half flour.
Pick a.
It's transitioning into a flour.
Yeah.
What are you
Corn.
talking about? What food?
Tortillas. What food? What do you mean? What food?
Tortillas.
Tortillas.
Yeah.
All right. So what makes for good Mexican food? What makes for bad Mexican food?
Bad Mexican food is from white people who make it here.
Like Taco Bell.
No, like
You're saying that so Taco Bell
Taco
doesn't
Bell.
qualify as bad Mexican?
it's not real Mexican food. What's the restaurant? Roadside is bad.
Oh my god.
What about Casa Vega down the road? That's
Ever been
famous.
there?
Ever
No.
been? You never been to Casa Vega?
Yeah. It's
Where Brad Pitt, Leonardo DiCaprio ate there in the movie.
Of course
Once upon a time in Hollywood, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like real authentic.
If you say roadside again, I'm going to lose my fucking mind, dude.
Okay, so what's the most authentic good Mexican food in LA? Where can I go?
This taco spot in the downtown LA.
Great.
Right.
Oh,
That's been rated by ICE.
Hey, Jim.
It's good.
Like, holy face, if ever there's a place with no employees, there's a taco stand downtown right now.
If you go to a restaurant,
I can't get me car washed, mate.
Yeah, so that's it?
what? Yeah, just
Okay.
good Mexican food.
Yeah.
Okay, so
You're not a connoisseur.
So a taco. But what do you have sour cream on your?
I don't put.
Do you have cheese?
I don't put cheese on.
Do you put guacamole on things?
A little bit.
Little bit. What type of salsa? What's your heat on your salsa, and what do you like to go?
yeah.
Okay, I'm a different type of mix. I don't eat salsa.
You don't eat salsa?
You
Too
no
spicy.
salsa.
Okay,
no
all right.
cheese.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to
I have
tell you
a
a
sense
story
of-
about how I'm an Australian who doesn't eat Vegemite. Right. So
I
little.
have a weak stomach. so
You have a weak stomach.
I can't
You
eat,
have a weak stomach.
I can't eat spicy food.
It looks like it's killed other stomachs. So you're saying that Mexican food, the bad Mexican food, this isn't authentic. You're a Mexican who doesn't eat salsa, a little bit of guacamole, doesn't like cheese in the thing.
But I eat the meat
You eat the meat, so you just basically it's meat
and tortilla
and a tortilla.
and onions and cilantro.
Do you pico de gallo?
No, just onions and cilantro.
Yeah.
Ancho and cilantro. So
Wow.
you're a connoisseur on five ingredients.
Jim, he doesn't even eat sushi. Like we had sushi with him for the first time. Never had it. He won't eat it. He doesn't like it.
He was gagging. Yeah.
He was gagging.
So I was just down in so I got this show on Fox at the moment called The Snake, which is like a reality show on after the 1% Club, which is on Tuesdays on Fox, and it's one of those shows. It's like Big Brother, or it's like Survivor. It's got a bit of fear.
You're the
factor.
host of the show.
Yeah, it's just me in the jungle.
Wow.
Right, and so I was actually hosting the 1% Club Australia.
Can you explain me the concept of the show? I don't know anything about it.
Okay, so The Snake is... Okay, so you've seen shows, as I said. You've seen Big Brother, you've seen Fear Factor, you've seen Survivor. So it's people in the jungle, but they're living in a nice house.
Okay.
And they have to do a task. And whoever wins the task that week, whether it be eating grotesque things, like tomorrow night's episode, you win it, you become the snake. If you become the snake, that is the most powerful position in the game. Then the secret sauce of the game is there isn't a elimination ceremony, there is a saving ceremony, which I haven't seen on TV. So the person who's the snake saves the first person from the snake pit, then that person has a chain reaction, they save a person, then that person save a person. So there's no anonymous voting, there's no backstabbing because you're stabbing people in the front,
Yeah.
right? And you have to look at the person and go, I'll save that person, even though you've promised another person. So it's people getting really angry with each other all the time.
Drama.
After all, at the end of the day, it's a game you could sort of play it at home almost, you know what I mean? And then at the end, when there's two people left, like what we're seeing right now in the footage, the snake gets to decide who goes home and who is saved. And I stand around right now going, who's the snake this week?
Wow.
The most important person in the jungle.
Yeah.
The snake.
Pause on that. We're.
That looked like you. That guy.
Okay. Anyway.
No, that's me. It was just the sun was in my eyes.
Let me ask you, when you're shooting it, though.
Thanks. That's. I didn't think that. Okay.
I know, I like it.
If you didn't laugh, and I had to fucking. The next thing I had to do was come to you and go, if you could edit that on the podcast.
It was so fast, though.
Yeah.
That joke was fast.
It was. Yeah. It was not meant to. I didn't want to signpost it for you. I didn't do a voice.
But when you're shooting, you do shoot that in Mexico? Where do you shoot that?
We shot this in Argentina.
Fuck, yeah.
So I was in, and I thought the whole time, if you look at all the different characters, we got a priest, we got an OnlyFans model. She's the OnlyFans model. This guy's an ex-con. There's a guy who's a rodeo rider. That guy's a detective. That guy's a poker player. There's a cheerleader from the Colts, right? So when I showed up, as I said, I'd been doing a game show in Australia, which John McHale hosted the American version. They said, do you want to do this thing for Fox? I said, sure. So I left Australia. I hadn't been home for 4 weeks then.
Wow.
And then I moved for another few weeks over to Argentina to host this show. And I didn't know what it was. And I started off with me standing on a box, and they all arrived in crates off the back of a truck, and they put the crates down.
Wow.
And then I said, open up your crates. And they all came out. Doof. And they all walked out, and there was like a rodeo driver in the chaps, the priest in a priest collar, an OnlyFans model. And you know what? You know that show Jury Duty?
Oh, yeah.
Or the Joe Schmo show?
Oh, yeah.
I was fully convinced that the show was about me. And that I was the mark, and they were all actors.
Wow.
But I couldn't prove it. And so you can't tell people.
Paranoid.
Why was there a priest in a collar? I've never seen.
Because they exist in the world.
Yeah, but they all look so cartoon. There was a female cop wearing a bulletproof vest.
The uniform, yeah.
Yeah. And so I was just like,
if there was a guy with a fireman hat and a fireman
yeah.
with a hose.
Yeah, the rodeo guy. Yeah, it looked like the fucking village people were coming.
Wow, okay.
I'll tell you my village people thing in a second. I got a cool story.
Did we
about
finish this one first, though?
Yeah.
Okay.
So anyway, I thought it was
Did
me.
we finish with the cane toads?
Yes, the cane toads eat the cane.
Okay.
The cane toads eat the cane beetles.
So what's going on? Yeah.
The end.
Okay, okay, the end. Okay, go
I don't
ahead.
even need you here for this podcast.
I know.
You're a fun guy.
Yeah. Just keep going.
But let's be honest, he
Yeah,
should
yeah.
take over the interviewing.
I know. You take over from now on, okay? All right.
But so we were out there in Argentina. We were talking about food. You know how like when you meet anyone from, I think the best food in the world is Australian. I think because we get all fusion food from all over Asia. We have really good produce. Yeah, but see, you don't agree. But you might not know.
I've been there.
Yeah, I think the best food in the world is from Australia. Our bread is second to none. Our prawns are better, second to none.
Coffee.
Restaurants. Coffee is...
I know, I get it.
Right, but you have to, maybe if you ate in the wrong places, our fast food's not as good as American fast food. There's
But you think you have the better restaurants. Not food, but restaurants.
We have better restaurants, plus our bread is...
How many Michelin star restaurants are there in Australia?
None, because we don't have the Michelin star guide operating in Australia, so they can't be Michelin star, but that's like saying how many porn stars are there in Saudi Arabia. Probably a few.
Okay.
But they're not allowed to vocalize it.
Okay.
That's not a good analogy, but we've got somewhere there.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
it's better than my Arby's.
I'm in. You're the one telling me Australian food shit. And you're like, what about Arby's? So we're in Argentina, and I didn't like the food. And everyone goes on about Argentinian food. They go like this, the steak. You must try the steak. It's every country cooks steak.
Yeah.
No one cooks steak better than anyone else. You either do it well or you do it badly. There's two options with steak. There's not like, if you go to a good steakhouse, you'll get a nice steak. So all the Argentinians do is put it on a wooden chopping board and slice it and give it to you with a bowl of frozen fucking chips. They're cooked at this stage, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they're like, huh? And then you're like, it's okay. Have you tried it with the chimichurri? You can't hang an entire country's culture on a condiment. You need more. Chimichurri's not fucking cutting it for me. See, I know it's not a wealthy country.
Yeah, Jim.
But then you go to Mexico, the food's banging.
Yeah.
You go to Thailand. Thailand's an impoverished place, and everywhere you eat, street food all the way through to restaurants, banging.
Yes,
Everywhere you go, really good.
Korea,
food's really good everywhere.
Great.
Food good everywhere.
Yeah.
But Korea's not as poor as Thailand.
We're rich.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. I'm mentioning.
We're the fancy Asians.
I'm mentioning poor places. You just. You're going.
Philippines.
You're going. Or the Alps in France. They also have good food.
The Alps.
I went to a ski lodge in Whistler. Anyway.
Hold on. Let me come back.
All right. So I was just mentioning impoverished countries.
Yeah, okay.
But
Okay.
But Argentina, the food. Okay, the empanadas are good. I'll give the empanadas.
Very good. Like them?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like an empanada.
Empanadas.
But also the
Black
empanadas,
beans.
all they had was ham and cheese. They're addicted to ham out there. Fucking hell, put ham on it. I think it's because it's a meat that it's cured so it can last a bit longer. There'd be some reason behind it, but they put ham in fucking everything. But I tell you what about Argentina.
You're talking about, we went from we want to know about the show, but then now you're going into the culture of Argentina.
Well, I'll get into it. I have very exact opinions. Look, I say what I feel, right?
Right. I know.
Right? That country's never going to become a power in the world until it stops having naps in the afternoon.
Okay.
They have a nap from 3 till 6 and then they eat dinner at 10. There is no productive society that has dinner at 10. If you have dinner at 10, that means you aren't waking up at least till 9. The factory should be open at fucking 8. You're wasting everyone's time. You're not going to manufacture anything. And there's dog shit everywhere because there's just dogs roaming free. Walking around Argentina is like walking around Australia in the 1980s. I hadn't had dog shit on my shoe in decades.
Why do you have feelings about everything?
Well, this is what stand-up comedy is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Your
But
voice.
feelings about everything?
Yeah, your voice, all your thoughts.
Yeah.
That's how you have. Look, this is how you get.
I don't have that many thoughts about
This is how you get 10 comedy specials. I got one
that's
coming
right.
out in August for Netflix.
Yeah, you do?
Yeah, I got another one coming out.
I'm doing my first one in January.
Yeah.
I think maybe that's the problem with
Yeah,
it.
you don't express yourself.
I don't
enough.
express myself enough. These keyboards.
But all right, so here we go. Look at these restaurants coming out of Australia.
Sydney number 2 for the best steak restaurants in the world.
Really?
Best steak. Buenos Aires number 1.
What?
Wow.
Buenos Aires number 1, but
Okay.
number 2 is Australia. But steak is steak is steak. Anyway, this part of it, right? So half the crew and half the cast, while they're in Argentina filming the snake. So if you watch the snake on Tuesday nights on Fox,
Go check it.
right? Check it out. It's a bit of fun, right? Know that half the contestants all had a parasite in them, and people were running off to shit themselves constantly.
Oh, shit.
Wow.
Right there, we all had a parasite. I never got it.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Yeah, thank you, man.
Yeah.
He's the only one who fucking cares. Thank God.
Can you be honest?
Thank God. It's because I didn't eat from that taco stand by the side of the road.
You know?
So, be honest with me.
Yeah.
When you guys are shooting and
Yeah.
it's lunch, right? Do you eat with the cast or do you eat by yourself?
Well, ordinarily I would eat with the cast if I was acting, because I've never, normally I'm not the leader with it, but I wasn't to fraternize with the contestants.
Oh, is that part of the contract?
No,
or?
I just felt like there needed to be a disconnect between me and them because I was, for the most part, the bearer of bad news. If I showed up to the house, something was about to go down, you're about to have some cockroaches poured on you, you're about to eat something shit, or one of you was getting eliminated a bit early, or something like that. Something was, I never came in with like, and today's candy day. You know what I mean? So they didn't particularly.
So there was never ever like, you know what I mean, like a cast dinner at a restaurant or something.
No, but I liked all the contestants by the end because I didn't have any English speaking TV. I was just watching Netflix on my iPad, and then apart from that, my TV was watching the show because the show's 24 hours a day. They're filming them. So I would just, producers would be texting me like such and such kiss such and such. And I was like, ooh, the drama.
Wow.
It was just like gossiping about these 15 people living in a house, seeing what they're up to all day. But I follow them all now on social media because I like to see how they're all enjoying whatever is fame or being on TV or whatever their 15 minutes is. I like to watch. I think it's fun to watch the people enjoying themselves like that.
But when people are leaving the show,
Yeah.
do you pull them aside and go, "Hey, nice working with you, mate"?
No, I actually.
Why
the next time I see them,
if I'm on a show, like
Yeah,
there was a guest
You
star.
just say the same line every time you imitate him.
Yeah, right.
yeah.
I might.
I might.
He's Australian. That's what they say.
Yeah.
But he doesn't say at the end of every sentence.
Thanks, mate.
No.
So.
What are you, fucking Judas here? What the fuck's going on right here, dude?
He doesn't say it.
I don't. I very rarely say it.
Yeah, it hooks me. Like I don't know how to do the Australian accent. I just feel like
You can do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I finished every story with you and then you were like sayonara, like you know what I mean? Like you gotta watch it. What you do is pretty bigoted.
Right. You're right. Sayonara.
Like you, okay, it's my
I'm
word.
Korean.
It's my word.
Yeah.
You can't use that word. Just
Okay.
consider it the M word.
Okay.
All right. There's no
It's the
mate
M word.
for you. You
M word.
can't
Okay,
say the M word.
Yeah. Okay, so go on. So the show.
Okay, what was it talking? Oh, I got quite fond of all of them. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
they all seem to be nice people. And same thing with doing the 1%. Is there anything more fun in the world than telling someone they've won $100,000?
Yeah.
It's really fun.
Yeah. It's a life changer. $100,000 for them. For everyone.
Yeah,
For anyone.
It does make me laugh though when sometimes you talk to people and you're like, and what would you do with the money? And they're like, I'd buy a house and a car and I'd go on vacation and I'd help my mum out and I'd donate some of it to charity. And you're like, settle down.
Yeah.
Just pick one of those things and go with that.
Yeah. After taxes, it's rough.
Well, you don't pay taxes on your prize money in Australia.
Oh, you don't?
No, you don't.
Wow.
So playing the 1% club actually, because it's 60 something cents, that's probably after taxes what you'd get off $100,000, 62,000 off $100,000 after taxes maybe.
Yeah.
Where you really want to play a game show, you want to play in Britain. No taxes on winnings, and you get 100,000 pounds.
Pounds. Wow.
That's your good stuff. Don't want to play in India. You don't want to be doing a game show in India.
No, they give you none.
100,000 rupees doesn't go as far as you thought.
Right. Would you? Doc for your mind. Doc, guys. You know what the most important thing in life is?
What?
Your health.
Yes.
Have you heard of that before?
I haven't.
Okay, well I'm telling you right now, ZocDoc can help you live.
Yeah?
Yeah, because it's like, do you get sick?
Yes.
You get bruises?
Yes.
You break a bone?
Yeah.
Where do you go? You go to ZocDoc. ZocDoc is a free app and website where you can search and compare high-quality in-network doctors, Jaime, and click to instantly book an appointment. Jaime, we're talking about booking. Look at me right now.
I'm looking at
We're looking at booking in-network appointments with more than 100,000 doctors across every specialty. From mental health, look at me right now, man, to dental health, primary care to urgent care, and more.
Damn.
Yeah? What else can ZocDoc do?
You can filter for doctors who take your insurance, are located nearby, are a good fit for any medical need you may have, Bobby. Look at me, Bobby. And are highly rated by verified patients.
Wow.
You hear that?
And look at me right now then.
What?
Once you find the right doctor, you can see their actual appointments openings, choose a time slot that works for you, and click to instantly book a visit.
Oh, yeah? And
Yeah.
look at me, Bobby.
Okay.
Appointments made through ZocDoc also happen fast. Look at me.
Yeah.
And typically within just 24 and 72 hours of booking,
Yeah.
you can even score same-day appointments.
Amazing. I use this, and you should too, because I'll tell you why. Like one time I had a skin thing, a rash.
Okay.
It was on my back shoulder, and I wanted to find a good dermatologist for my thing, right? I went to ZocDoc, right?
Yeah.
And this one guy, right, Dr. Chosen, he had the highest stars. Mm-hmm. He had the best reviews. I went to him. Guess what? I don't have a rash on my body anymore.
Nice. Because of ZocDoc.
Yeah.
Stop putting off those doctor appointments. Go to ZocDoc.com/belly to find and instantly book a top-rated doctor today. That's ZocDoc.com/belly. ZocDoc.com/belly.
Blue Chew for your girth and your destiny. Guys, my destiny is to be fully ready when the time is right.
Oh,
And it can happen spontaneously.
okay.
Like a fever. like a fever dream. And sometimes, I'm 53, I have ED.
Yeah.
And when I need to get going and there's a war going on, I take Blue Chew. And with Blue Chew, it's not a tablet. People think it is. It's not. It's a cheat code for your crotch. Stronger, harder, longer lasting. Like someone gave your downstairs a pep talk and a gym membership.
Okay.
Blue Chew is the original brand offering chewable tablets for better sex. I'll tell you this right now.
Okay.
If you don't take it, you're the guy in the locker, man.
Oh man.
Yeah, dude. And you're the one that's being bullied.
No.
Yeah. Blue Chew is the king chew. You want king shoes? All right. So, Blue Chew for the bottom stuff.
Guys, this just isn't about performance. This is about your legacy or third legacy. Give her group chat something to talk about. When you lay it down, they're talking about how it gets up. Nothing makes you more of a legend than a little Blue Chew. Discover your options at BlueChew.com.
And we've got a special deal for our listeners. As always, get your first month of Blue Chew free. Just use promo code BELLY at checkout and pay $5 for shipping. That's it. Join Blue Chew's mission to upgrade humanity one thrust at a time. Head to BlueChew.com for details and safety info. And big thanks to Blue Chew for sponsoring this podcast.
Right. Would you ever live in Australia permanently or no?
I think about it every now and again just because little things, private schools cheaper, gun crimes less, and
But I have to say,
there's certain things. But I have a lot of love for America. I'm an American citizen.
I know you are.
I have assimilated.
We
believe
we love you here.
People don't think I've assimilated, but because I say I speak out against different things in the news or whatever. But that's just, as I said, you just say everything you've got, and hopefully something funny will fall out. But I would do the same thing with Australian politicians. If there was an Australian politician I didn't like, I would voice that as well over there. I did the same thing when I lived in the UK. So I don't see that. I always found that funny when you criticize a place and then people are like, if you don't like it, go somewhere else. Well, it turns out that I don't like anywhere on Earth then, because everywhere on Earth has something worth criticizing.
Right.
But it doesn't mean that I don't love America. But you're not perfect.
Yeah.
I loved the parade the other day. How good was the fucking parade? Just with going by in a Jeep.
Yeah.
Past Trump.
The squeaks from the tanks freaked me out.
It just looked like extras from fucking M.A.S.H.
Yeah. It was so sad.
Which would be a good name for a special for you.
Extras.
Matt? What?
Extra from Matt.
Extras. Dude, extras for Matt. That'd be a good fucking show idea.
That's a great show idea.
You know what I mean? Like the Asian extras, because it was probably done.
That was for an Asian actor in the 1970s,
Yeah.
living in LA.
Yeah.
You were rubbing your hands together with M.A.S.H, right?
Yeah.
Weren't you just?
Yeah,
Just I will do M.A.S.H all day.
Yeah.
And it's like. I bet you there's a lot of Arab people who are slightly happy that the world's kicking off again, because remember all the work they got after 9/11 on like shows like 24?
So many.
Like after 9/11, that was the golden age for Arab actors.
Yeah.
They never had it so good.
Right.
Never had it so good.
Yeah.
And then we became tolerant and they lost all their work.
Yeah. I think, have Asians had that opportunity? Maybe after Kung Flu or something? The COVID?
You reckon after COVID the movie? You'd be lab guy once.
Yeah,
Hey, they tell me not to walk across the lab without the lid on, but what am I going to do? Trip up? Oh.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think there's been an influx of Asian shit in America.
Well, okay, so at the moment, if you were from Israel or from Iran, there's going to be a lot of acting jobs coming up. So they're hitting a good time.
Right.
Australia never really goes to war with people. And the problem with that is, you've got enough white actors who could play my part in America who could just do the voice. So I've always felt prejudice against that.
Okay.
Felt like, doing the American accent is like a thing that all Australians have to learn it's the first thing when you do when you're acting.
Right.
Is like you got to do an American accent.
But you guys have banger actors.
We have
the best.
For a country of 23 or 24 million people, so we're the population of Ohio, right?
Yeah.
For the whole world, I reckon we get 10% of all the big actors.
Yes.
We fucking crush.
Crush it.
Crush.
You know what you crush in? fucking music.
We do all right
The
with
bands,
we do.
even the small bands all over Australia, I just love them all. They're so talented. They're inventive. What's it, Jesus Gizzard Lizard? What's that?
I don't know. I haven't kept up with Australian music. Mate, I've got kids.
You do.
The second you have kids, you buy the last bit of music for yourself.
But music, acting. Also, we were just there, and I was surprised of how like knowledgeable they were with just American like podcasting.
Okay, so
A guy, I went to a mall. He shut down the mall, like his store, put the grate down because I was there, and he just wanted me to do a private shop. I had never had that before. But you said the food's great. It's just a great place.
I would live in Australia again. I would live in Perth. My rugby league team has just been let back into the competition. I went to university in Perth. I really like Perth. It's a beautiful city. It's isolated. And now it's the only place in Australia that you can fly directly to London, and you can fly directly to New York from Perth because you go the other way around the other. So they've made, before you could never get to London without stopping off in Singapore or Hong Kong or something like that.
Yeah.
So, and Italy and France, and so it's sort of going to become the gateway to Australia. And they got the quokkas, man. I love Perth. I love Perth.
It was beautiful. I mean, the whole country was beautiful. I mean,
Well, the middle bit's not. Have you been to the middle bit?
Well,
It's
there's
just
no one
red,
there.
It's just red dirt
it's
and
red.
snakes.
Yeah. I saw a documentary.
I think that's why I get to host the snake. Now, I've got to be the first American game show host with an Australian accent. Can anyone think of another one?
Oh, let me think.
Oh, we've said we have all the actors.
Yeah.
But has there ever been now it's time for Final Jeopardy?
yeah.
That's never.
I've never. Yeah.
It's a daily double, ladies and gentlemen. Calm down, calm down.
I think you're the first.
I think I'm the first.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And I think it's because the show's called The Snake.
Right.
Right? So snake this, snake that.
Yeah,
Who's going to be the snake?
How is the show doing?
We're only one episode in.
Okay, good.
And I'll be honest, our first episode aired against the Stanley Cup, the NBA Finals, and Iran being bombed. So, it was
Tough
on,
competition.
It was on against some classics. Eh?
Yeah. But
what I mean?
because those gigs, Jim, they're not around anymore for anybody.
Look,
You won the lottery on that.
I'm very happy to have. Like, a lot of people give me shit about it. Right?
Why?
Because of course that's the whole thing. Your game. Do you remember when we started out? We're older comics these days, right? When in the early 2000s, as comedians, because Bill Hicks said once on some fucking routine
The commercial thing.
that we can't do commercials, that we're a piece of shit, and everyone bought into that.
Yeah.
That no comedians did adverts.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
All the years I could have done something for a vodka company or this, that, and the other, and we all turn these fucking adverts down because, oh no, we're comedians and we're not to do advertisements. Meanwhile, fucking Brad Pitt's allowed to do perfume. Fucking all right guys allowed to drive around in a Lincoln like a fucking wanker.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
McConaughey's allowed to go, I drive a Lincoln because of blah, 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 like that, right?
Yeah, right.
And we're not allowed to advertise shit. And now comics are advertising stuff. Gillis is doing Budweiser.
Right.
People are doing, and I have absolutely no
I
problem.
mean, this show survives on advertising.
Exactly. Then we started doing podcasts and we started reading adverts. And I don't know why there was this disconnect between comedians and being able to advertise a product. Like Paul Hogan used to advertise, when I was a little kid, everything was advertised in Australia by Paul Hogan. Before Crocodile Dundee, he was dead set. He was advertising cigarettes with a smooth menthol flavour, a flavour you can trust. You know, he was doing that type of thing. Right?
Wow. But don't you think that, like...
Have you seen the filter? I was just in Canada. You smoke. Have you seen the filters in Canada?
Which ones?
The filters in Canada. Are they Canadian?
I have this. You mean this thing?
No. Canadian cigarettes.
Oh, this is Chinese. Sorry.
Okay, on the Canadian cigarettes, on the filter bit now,
Yeah.
it just has like, you're going to die,
Yeah.
poison,
So this is from
you stink, just whatever. It just says all the classic. It used to be on the packet where you could, I used to do a joke years ago about like, I got a kid, I got a baby, not very good looking kid. He's been doing a bit of modeling, mostly cigarette packets, right? And, you know, it's a bit of fun. right?
Yeah. So this is from Canada.
It's from Canada.
Yeah, but you know what?
Oh, it's in French, thank God.
Yeah.
Thank God.
But-
yeah, look at that.
It's incredible.
That's on the filters, man.
Unbelievable.
That's on the filters. That's like writing on the side of my cock, HPV.
At that point, it's yeah.
They're sucking it and just looking down the shaft.
Yeah.
Well, I had to make a warning.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable.
Here's my problem with commercials, though,
Hang
Jim.
on, you went to say something. Go ahead.
No, that's not unbelievable.
Yeah, it's good.
That's what you fuck stuff for.
Sorry, mate.
Here's my problem,
Right,
Jim.
mate. He can say, mate. He does it good. He does it
Thank
good.
you.
He doesn't sound like it's sarcastic. When you come out, there's some undertone of meanness.
What's my problem with that?
I told you about the time.
I'm not done talking.
I told you about the time that my brother came out to visit me about 15 years ago in America, and I just took him to Vegas. I think I've told you about this. I just took him to Vegas, and I said, "We'll go out there." He's never been out there. My older brother, he's like 7 years older than me. I hadn't even started really performing in Vegas. This is 15, 16 years ago when I first moved to America, and I was walking past a comedy club in the Palms. And I said, hey, they said, Bobby Lee at the front. And I was like, I fucking know this guy. I said, know this guy. He's a good dude. I'll introduce you. We'll watch a bit of the show, right? Oh, he's a really nice bloke. I walk in there and Bobby's just naked, just rolling around in his own filth. And no, you were like giving someone a lap dance in the front row. And my brother was like this, it's all right. I don't have to meet him.
You've never told me that story.
Yeah. We walked back out of the room.
That's the saddest story I've ever heard in my life.
We never said hello to you or anything.
Wow.
Look, in your defense, you were killing.
Anyway, let's go back to
Can you do an American accent?
Better than you.
Can I hear it?
no. Stop.
What?
Can I go back to
I don't do a tremendous American accent, but I do whenever I do it, I can't do like a macho guy, but I always do a guy where you're in a lot of trouble.
Wow. Wow.
A lot of trouble.
My problem with can I finish my point here?
Yeah, go finish.
My problem with adverts is
he's an interesting fella.
Is when you're going through TikTok and you see multimillionaires pawning some sort of like game app.
Oh yeah.
Like Jimmy Fallon or like with Courtney Cox.
Oh, I don't like that either. The video, the I'm playing online poker. Now I know they must pay.
Yeah.
But it's gambling, man. Gambling fucks people up.
Yeah.
I have a friend who is a gambling addict. I've had a few in my life actually, and it's never ends well.
Yeah.
No one ever has the big win gambling and then calls it a fucking day. They just keep on gambling until they get to zero.
Well, I'm not talking about gambling, but you know what I mean? Like this.
Royal Kingdom?
Because here's my problem with this. My problem with this is that they made $1 million a week on Friends.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And it's like, what do you need? It's not a good look. What do you need more
But
money?
that one isn't gambling. That's just like,
I know,
that's just like King's Court type of thing. It's the
yeah.
Candy Crush or something.
Yeah. It's like,
No, I'm not upset with that.
You're not? But what I'm just saying is how much more money do they need?
You know what this means?
We don't know how much they got paid.
Oh, that's true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
if they had to do this in an hour and that paid them 4 episodes of Friends,
Yeah.
fuck yeah. But then so Larry David.
So it's against what? Okay.
Larry David. Well, that one doesn't hurt anyone. It's Candy Crush thing. They're gonna. It's just a game, right? Everyone knows not to pay.
Gross, though.
No one ever paid.
I'm with you, Bobby. This pisses me
Okay,
off.
I didn't like Larry David doing the crypto one.
Yeah.
That one I didn't like because that's a very speculative type of thing, and it's like. But the one I disliked the most. Look, maybe I'm a bit biased because with the Courtney one because I've met Courtney and she's a very nice lady. I can't say enough nice things about her.
I've met her too, and she's very nice.
She's a delight.
And that's not what I'm talking about.
She is a delight of a human being.
Lisa Kudrow is very nice.
I know. I've heard terrible things about her. No, I've never met Lisa Kudrow, but Courtney Cox is a very, very nice lady. The one I didn't like was Julia Louis-Dreyfus doing Old Navy.
Why? Why is that a problem?
Okay, because Julia Louis-Dreyfus was a billionaire before she did Seinfeld. She was born into money, right? And I can also tell you, which I have no problem with because she's really good, Julia Louis-Dreyfus. She's really good.
Super talented.
Super talented. She deserves every cent that was ever paid to her. That's why. But then I don't need to see her do an Old Navy commercial for a couple of, and she did a whole heap of them, for a couple of reasons, right?
She's Snoop?
She's not fucking wearing Old Navy. Now, Courtney Cox might be playing Candy Crush.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There is a world.
How do you know that?
There is a world where Courtney Cox and Lisa Kudrow are playing Candy Crush.
Yeah.
I haven't seen this out. I've just seen the one where she's in Old Navy saying the jeans. This one's one that's missed me completely.
Wow. But this is a Old Navy commercial. Wow. Now, Camille at this point was young. I get that, right?
No, no problem with him. He's not worth $1 billion. She's worth $1 billion.
Okay. So if you're a Rockefeller, you can't do commercials.
I don't think. Yeah, okay.
That's
Well,
the point.
if you do commercials, do it for shit that you fucking use.
Right.
So Rolex commercials.
Right.
The slave trade. Whatever you use.
Right. Okay. Whatever you use. Okay, I get it. Yeah. But you know what? You just changed my mind, I guess. You know.
No. Still that the Royal Kingdom app game that makes me mad.
Has Royal Kingdom done something to you, sir?
Yeah. Were you
Have you paid too much?
No, nobody played
What level are you at?
level 5.
Okay.
Do you really play it?
No, it
Oh,
doesn't
yeah.
make me want to play it.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what this says about the American system?
Well, you know what? I would love your
these
commentary
actors-
about society and culture. I love it.
These actors, if they're doing these fucking game ads,
Does he have a cigarette in his hand?
oh, your filters.
They're not filled. Put them back, please. They're from Canada.
They're
Please
little
put it
tiny
back.
cigarettes.
Yeah.
I have HPV. Calm.
Weird.
Not really a callback, but yeah.
Cut that out, please.
No. Keep that in.
How did he just make HPV uncool?
Yeah. Finish your thought.
Yeah, these actors
Yeah.
are doing these game ads that nobody downloads because I don't download the game. It feels like we're about to go in a recession. So, if these actors, high-paying
You
actors,
buy some Trump NFTs to fight against the economy, you'll be fine.
Hey, good
But
point,
yes.
Jim. Okay. Jaime, good point.
right?
I don't know.
All right,
for God's
so
sake.
you have the tortilla, you have the meat and the onions.
Yeah.
And that's all you have.
That's all you have.
What's your beverage of choice with it?
Mexican Coke.
Mexican Coke. Did you
Lot of
know?
sugar.
Because I used to do a podcast. I do another podcast now called ATM with A.M.A.S. Gill. You friends with A.M.A.S.? You know A.M.A.S.?
Never heard of him.
You like him.
Yeah, I
You
would like to meet him. I'd like to meet
He's a
him.
very funny guy.
Yeah. Black?
No, Australian Croatian,
Okay.
which is kind of like our black people.
Okay.
Okay, so we did a podcast called I Don't Know About That. And we did one on Coca-Cola. Do you know that Coca-Cola, the nation of people, there's Amos there.
I'd seen him before.
The nation of people who drink the most Coca-Cola are Mexicans. It's number one.
Really?
Yeah, and that Coca-Cola has a palate resetting formula to it. The flavor of cola, you sip cola, it fills your taste buds, and then it dissipates very quickly. So each bite of your hamburger, or each bite of your pizza tastes like the first bite you've had, and that's why Coca-Cola goes so well with food. Even if you prefer Fanta, you never want to have an orange flavor in your mouth whilst you're eating food. But Coca-Cola is meant for food, and Dr. Pepper works as well because one of the 23 ingredients is cola. If you have cola in things, that is meant for food.
Does that apply to diet?
Yes. So next time you eat something, then take a sip of Coca-Cola, feel your palate reset, and then start again. It's a fucking game changer.
Wow, you learned
You'll
something-
never want to have
Wow.
you'll never want to have a meal without Coca-Cola again.
Now, why would you? How did you know?
So you put Amos back up there. Where was that? Was Amos?
Yeah.
So we call the podcast At This Moment, which ATM, which you know. What does ATM mean?
All things comedy.
No, that's ATC. We
Let's
do
move on.
it.
Let's move on.
We do
Let's
it.
move on. I don't know what ATM stands for.
Okay,
Automated machine.
you all know, don't you?
Yeah.
It's ass
Well,
to
what-
mouth, right? Ass to mouth.
Ass to mouth, okay.
It's the porn search of all porn searches. It's
Yeah.
when you have to abbreviate ass to mouth because there's a search engine that will understand you a lot quicker. Your life spiraled. So there we go. So there's me and Amos. We talk about the things that go on this week. We do a little review of the snake, and it's basically just like this.
Is this your house or
That
your
is
office?
that is a section of my house.
Okay,
Yes,
okay.
it's not my whole house. It's not a studio.
All right.
I don't just live with a whole Pac-Man machine and a map of Australia behind me.
Yeah. Great couch.
Oh yeah, they're a bit of fun.
What is that? What is that? Pac-Man. Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's just an upstairs little area. I call that in my house the teenage area where my son has his mates play video games whilst I'm downstairs watching TV if I'm not there. Type of thing.
Okay. And so, how many episodes is this? How many have you done?
That's just one episode.
No, how many have you done, Jim?
Oh, we're in about 15. So I'll tell you what happened, right? So we start out, and on the first podcast, we're talking about Donald Trump getting elected and how the village people, how Donald Trump does that dance. It looks like he's wanking off 2 cocks on the roof, right? And all I said was, I said, it's so funny to watch all these right-wing evangelical people dancing to the village people when the YMCA song is clearly about men bumming in the showers. Now, bumming is a British term for anal sex, right?
Yeah.
And so I stand by that. Like, young man, if you're down on your dough, there's a place. I would even argue that it's not just about men having sex in the shower. I'd say it's about young male prostitution. I would go as far to say that, right? So I said this with the knowledge that everyone since the dawn of time has known that the village people are gay, right?
They are?
Yeah. That's
of course
they were designed by a bloke. They were the fantasy of all gay strip clubs.
Even as a kid, when I saw them, I go there.
Yeah. They're from Greenwich Village, which is the place where the gay people live. That's why they're called the village people. They were put together for this whole thing. So Victor Willis, who's the lead singer from the village people, who is
that the native one or the cop?
He's the cop.
Okay.
He's the cop. Now, he mightn't have known they were all gay. He might not have known because he was out the front. If
he was not gay?
He was married to Mrs. Huxtable, Patrice, whatever, like from the village, from the Cosby Show.
Wait, what?
He was married to Mrs. Huxtable off the Cosby Show because that woman she knows she has a good eye for good men. And and she was married to now he's married to a person called Karen Willis, and Karen Willis sent me and A.M.A.S.H a cease and desist letter that we were going to be sued for defamation for saying that the village people music had gay overtones.
Isn't that the anthem? I'm so confused.
Yeah. This is the whole thing.
That's insane,
right? So there he was back in the day with Mr. Huxtable, right?
Yeah.
So we get this cease and desist letter, and then somehow this letter is leaked to TMZ by me, and I'm like, this is too funny, right? So I sent it to the thing. And so Karen has, on the letter, she has a phone number, so I ring her up, right? Now, obviously, you're not allowed to record people against their will and all that sort of stuff, and so there's no footage of this, so I can't. But she said to me, she goes, you can't say that it's a gay song. And I said, I think everyone thinks it's a gay song. I said, I don't think the people dancing to it have any issue with it being. I think Donald Trump's well aware as well. I don't think anyone's going, oh, this is a song about gays.
Yeah.
And I go, and even if it is, I don't think anyone's concerned about this. And she goes, well, we're going to get you for defamation and you'll have to go to court and it'll eat up all this money and blah, 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 blah. And I said, all right, fine. I said, the YMCA isn't about homosexuality. And I said, but Macho Man and In the Navy are as gay as fuck, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And then
you said that?
Yeah, I said it to her.
Wow.
And she went, oh, Macho Man. Yeah. There we go.
Rolling Stone.
Rolling Stone did an article.
That's a real thing.
Right?
Can't believe
and then she goes, oh, In the Navy's just about blokes joining the Navy.
Wow.
And I said, it has a lyric in there that says, we need more seamen. I said, this is clearly a double entendre. This is clearly. And I said, Macho Man. She goes, that's just about men working out in the gym. And I said, Karen, all right, I can't tell you you're wrong, right? Because you believe what you believe. But I'll tell you something about your husband. He's never written one song that involved a woman in any way. At no stage has there been I'll tell you, he's never written a song called Karen.
Wow.
Yeah, he's never written a song called Karen.
Wow.
It's like at the beginning of Macho Man, it's body, gotta move that body, baby. He never went like, titties. Put my dick in between titties, baby.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? All of it was
it
was for disco and it was for people to dance around to.
But did you research that before you even called Karen? I didn't know that information.
Because I started listening to the village people because the thought that they weren't gay was so preposterous to me. So I just put it on the Spotify in the car.
Yeah.
And I got to tell you, man, Fucking bangers, those songs.
So many good
They're
ones.
bangers.
Yeah.
Through this whole process, I've become a fan of the Village People.
Yeah.
There's even songs like Do the Milkshake. Does anyone remember Do the Milkshake, do
No,
the shake?
no, I've never heard that.
The Milkshake, that was like off their movie, You Can't Stop the Music.
Oh, right.
Nobody can stop the
Is
music.
milkshake slang for cum?
No, Do the Milkshake is when you get home from school
That's a lot
and
of
you're a
cum.
bit bored. It's just like when you get home from school, you got nothing to do. Do the milkshake, do the shake.
Yeah,
right?
when you
do the
read
shake.
it now, you can see the.
Yeah. Then you come home from school and they want something cold to drink. They also need something good and sweet. Just a glass of milk. It's not very hard to do. You blend it together, do the shake. It's basically when you get home, just before your parents get home,
Do it.
have a wank.
Yeah. Wow. That's what it's about. Yeah.
Have a wank. And they're like this, I can't believe
Yeah.
you would say such things.
Now-
Like the biker from the Village People died from AIDS. Right? Now I'm not.
Oh no.
Well, yeah, no, it happened.
Yeah.
But it happened like.
Well, let me just guess who there's the cop,
Yeah.
native, biker. Is there a fireman?
There's no fireman.
Okay, let me.
You got a construction worker.
A construction worker. There's one more, right?
We got the Indian, the construction worker, the cop, the biker, and we're missing one. The sailor.
The sailor. Oh my god. Wait. Cowboy.
There they are. That was during their phase where they were all impersonating Liam Gallagher.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
They're like, said maybe, I don't really want to know.
I don't think there's a seaman. I think it's a cowboy. No.
Well, in that one, he's just an extra cop. He's got like a security guard,
we
but
got-
sometimes you'd have it. There's a cowboy.
Cowboy. Yeah.
But Victor wasn't gay, and the blokes behind him, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm sure the biker was. Come on,
what
the
happened?
biker was.
What happened with?
If the biker wasn't gay, my gaydar is completely off. I have to go down to Best Buy to get it tuned up.
Yeah.
I want a refund if he's not.
What happened to Karen? What happened to this thing?
Well, she started off as the cowboy, and then over years.
No, when you called her.
No, so me and Karen, I just went, all right, Karen, I'll stop talking about it. Now, obviously, I'm talking about it again now. And then they had Harvey Levin from TMZ.
Oh my god!
Right, who is a gay lawyer, right? Wow. He does a podcast. He interviews Victor Willis.
Wow.
And he's just like, come on.
Yeah,
Come on, it's all gay. And then he's like this, no, it's not gay. Because what's happened, the truth of the matter is they're getting a whole heap of Republican dollars because YMCA went back up through the charts and they were relevant again. So they're selling out their gay fan base.
That's what it is.
Yeah, they're selling out their gay fan base and just going, the fact that the Village People are trying to reinvent themselves.
Yeah, wow, that's what it is. I didn't even thought about that.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Like you're getting rid of the cop because the police are being defunded.
Yeah.
Anyway,
because Trump basically revitalized their songs, and they're probably making
what I want to do is I want my day in court, and I want to go like this: not guilty.
Yeah. So they dropped it.
Well, I wish they wouldn't. Because I would enjoy to continue fighting with the Village People, so I'm trying to keep it alive a little bit now.
Oh, that's what we're doing now.
Yeah.
They're gay, dude.
Yeah.
God, man.
The YMCA is about bumming in the showers. I've said it again, Karen.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, they dropped it because they don't have a leg to stand on because you can't tell people how to interpret art. If that was the case, I'm going to say that every joke I've ever written that misogynist is actually empowering of women, and if you tell me different, then I am going to sue. You know what I mean? People, it doesn't matter what I think of the joke. It matters what the person thinks. And I can't stop people's thoughts. She can't stop the way that I would never, first of all, I'm not homophobic, but I would never stop my sons, like if they were dancing to the YMCA, I wouldn't come over and with a rolled up newspaper and go, buddy, stop that. That's what the bloody gays get up to. You don't want to. No, what do I give a fuck?
Yeah.
I never said it in a nasty way. I haven't had any backlash from the gay community. No one in the gay community is just gone, how dare you bring us into this Village People argument.
Right. Yeah. It's unbelievable, man. It's incredible.
How are the gays doing? With all the problems that's going on in Palestine.
They're thriving.
And Iran. I feel like they haven't had a mention. The trans have been getting all the press.
Yeah.
The trans have been getting all the press. if you're gay, is it going all right? You seem to be going all right.
They're killing it.
Yeah, I think they're doing well, aren't they?
It's their month, so.
Oh, it is their month.
It is their month.
It is their month.
So is it worth having a kid? Because you know what? I'm 53 now, Jim.
No, it's not worth it for you.
Why?
Because
no, I want one.
If you have to ask the question.
Sorry, Jim.
Okay, but you said you want one.
Yeah, I just said I
right
want
because
one.
you can't go into it like I don't. If about having children, if you're like this, I don't know. Maybe I'd like to be a dad. Maybe I wouldn't. Which is the way a lot of people go into parenting.
But I feel like that's what you were like.
No, I was all for it.
Really? But once you met your wife, though.
No, but I had a child with someone that I'd known for 2 months. It was my first kid.
Oh, you had a kid before?
Yeah, and I've only been married once, and I'm married to my wife now. But like, for instance, the mother of my eldest child was over at the house last night because it was Father's Day, and they all came over. And then
Happy Father's Day.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, Happy Father's Day to
Thank you.
To those guys too.
Thank you. Did you call your dad?
Yeah,
Jim,
I live with my dad.
Jim,
Yeah.
keep going.
So I.
Sorry, Bobby.
You apologize to me. It's fucking. You're the one who made me boring. So. What was I talking about? Being a dad.
Yeah.
So we all hang out together. We all get along. We're all going to go on a holiday to Hawaii together coming up. So I'm very, very lucky in that regard. I wouldn't have more than 2 children. I had the vasectomy as soon as I had the second one.
Yeah.
Because I was like, that's enough. Because I was 45 when I had my last. I was 45 when I had my last kid, and 35 when I had my first kid.
Wow.
You know what I mean? And so it's like for me, I already feel like an older dad to this second one. There's things that I can't quite do as much.
Like
with this
what?
Well, physically, just
like what?
Okay, but you go jumping around the pool or playing catch for hours on fucking end.
Right.
When you're 35, you'll wake up fine. When you're 48, you'll wake up and your shoulder will be sore.
Right. Okay.
Right.
I get.
And I don't imagine it's going to be better in 10 years.
Yeah.
Right? So
that's why you play chess then.
Yeah.
That's what I would do. I'd play chess with my kid.
Yeah. What an athlete you bring up. But you could physically do all the things you've been doing for years, the mangina and all the other tricks. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right. So what?
But what I'm asking you, though,
have you got a woman who wants to have a kid with you?
But here's what I'm doing. Okay, Jim.
Okay.
Is that now when I'm dating women,
Yeah.
that's a completely different factor now that I put into it.
Sure.
Before in your 20s, it's like hot, that's it.
Yes, true.
Right? But now it's like, you know what I mean? How are they as people? Are
You
they
start liking, what are their morals like? Are they good
Are they
parents?
empathetic?
Are they maternal?
Right. All that stuff.
How will their body look afterwards? Important stuff.
Yeah, so I'm looking
God, I feel bad about that joke. Sorry, ladies. I was just having a laugh. Any woman who's given birth, you're a warrior.
Yeah,
Although I will say this, I had a kidney stone. I had a fucking kidney stone in Canada.
Yeah.
And the lady who was getting the kidney stone out and did all the MRIs and stuff, so she goes, I've had 4 children and 2 kidney stones, and the kidney stones were far worse than childbirth. Anyway, so I just repeated that to my wife. Why am I not allowed to say that something's more painful than childbirth? like they have this one thing that we can't prove either way, and then the monopoly for the rest of their life. We do childbirth.
Right.
We do childbirth.
Did she freak out?
I'll tell you what's more painful than childbirth. Giving a woman a house, and I've done that before, and no one tells me how brave I am. Can equally or even more for some. It doesn't say less than.
Wow.
Yeah, it's
really bad.
Oh, at the end, when I saw the rock coming down, it looked like a fucking emu swallowing a coconut.
Wow. How do you get kidney stones? I don't know much about
I got mine from oxalates. So each person has different foods that can make them up. I may never have another one again, but oxalates are heavily contained in beets and soy and miso and sesame seeds. And they were all the things that were sort of in my diet that I was happy about.
I eat all those things.
Yeah, because I thought they were going to go, bloody too much red meat and some You got to drink more water, obesity, weight loss surgery, or eating food with too much salt or sugar. But well, my personal one was, here we go, calcium oxalates.
Oh.
Right? I didn't have the uric acid ones, and then
I love uric acid. Oh, no.
I have to. Well, the thing was, I pissed mine out into a bucket, and then I kept it, and
How bad did it hurt?
Okay, kidney to bladder is the most painful thing you'll ever, like, you're about to part. They gave me 3 shots of morphine.
Wow.
Right? They gave me enough painkillers for someone who is dying from cancer.
What? So now, how long is this process? The pain.
Okay. So
the duration.
So the cable from your kidney to your bladder is a quarter of the size of the urethra, right? So it really hurts that bit. You think to begin with, my appendix at
How
first.
long though? 8 hours?
Yeah, about 8 hours.
Okay,
And then it moves down into the bladder, and then you've got about 12 hours of just chilling before it decides to make its way into the cock. And I had to get back.
Oh my God.
I had to get back from Canada while it was just swimming around in my bladder with the knowledge of what was about to happen. And then I'm just sitting there going, I just wanted to be home for it. Just get me home, just get me home, just get me home. And then it started to travel through on the last 20 minutes of the flight. And I looked like a drug mule where the condom had burst in my stomach.
I've never
And I
seen
was
that,
just,
but
I was just
good
sweating,
visual.
just like, but who's smuggling drugs in from Canada?
yeah.
So everyone, I got a kidney stone. Thank you very much.
Wow.
And then I went.
Is it like a pinching? What is? I mean,
It's pain.
Oh,
Nerves.
my
It's
God.
pain. Now the thing is, I've never had anything like this in my life. I was on the phone to a doctor going, I'm going to die. I need to go to the emergency room. He goes, it's coming. Oh, no, I don't think it's moving. Oh, I'm in pain.
Wow.
Oh, I'm in pain. And I had my son's Halloween bucket next to me because it was just the only bucket I had in the house. With a handle.
Yeah.
He didn't Halloween with it that year. and I pissed, and it hit the side of the bucket and made a dink noise. And that was just, and I reached into the piss, and pulled it out like I was just fucking a caveman pulling a fish out of the water, and just went like that. And I've never had anything that is instant relief like that. So all the pain and everything was over.
Yeah.
I could have played basketball. The next
Right after-
second,
wow,
right
wow,
afterwards.
wow.
Because you think, I'm going to be in pain for a while. And then it's just like, I went, I was like this. I need more painkillers. I need better medicine. I have to get somebody has to give me something. And then dink. And I went, yeah, I'm all right.
Wow. That instantaneously.
Yeah, instantaneous.
Wow. Do you still have it?
No, I gave it to the doctor, and the doctor took it away. But I took a photo of it. I wish I took a photo with it next to a coin, because I took the photo, and I took the photo to the Jimmy Kimmel show, because I was doing, you know what, like, you're doing like Jimmy Kimmel or Fallon or something like that, and you're
Never
like,
done them, but okay.
You're like, I don't have any. I'm like, I don't have any stories. I'd like to have a story like this, and you try to find something, you know what I mean? And that was like, I was literally doing Kimmel like the next day, so I was like,
wow, perfect.
thank you. So I think I got Kimmel coming up in a few weeks, and so hopefully I get another one.
Yeah, wow.
There it is. That's my kidney stone.
Oh, so it's a solid brown stone.
That was it. I wish I put a coin next to it. It had broken up into other things, and it's smooth as anything. That's it after it had broken up.
Yeah,
So I had
wow.
other little tiny ones, but that was the meat of the.
But can you squish it and it'll just dissolve, or
No, it's
solid.
It's solid. It's
Wow.
it's a stone.
It's a solid stone.
It's a stone.
And there's no way to operate on it, or
They can use sonic thing to make it smaller, but that was the exact amount. That was 5 millimeter. That was half a centimeter.
wow. Oh my God.
That's,
no one else has had that.
God.
My God. You've had it?
I had appendicitis.
That's not the same thing. That's not the same thing, man.
Yeah, but I was in
Not the
sixth
same
grade.
thing.
I had the flu.
Yeah.
Oh, I was in 6th grade when I had appendicitis.
I know, but like,
It
you
hurt.
can't put your hand up and go, I've had it as well. My mother dropped me when I was very young.
The appendicitis hurts too.
Yeah, appendicitis, but it's not a stone passing through
Well,
your urethra.
While we're at it, I stubbed my toe.
Oh, that's bad.
Yeah. I stubbed my toe. Yeah.
Yeah, there's ones next to a coin. That's sort of where you were looking. Oh, yeah. It was a doozy. It was a fucking doozy. And,
Wow.
that's a big one in that person's hand. Ooh, it's a big
That's
one.
a huge one.
Yeah, that's
wow.
that's a real big one.
Wow. Oh,
no.
my God. Imagine that going through.
Yeah. That
I can't.
To pass that is because everyone always does the thing with birth, right? It's like pushing a watermelon through a lemon, right? This is much worse in comparison to size of what you're bursting through. This is.
Yeah. Do women get kidney stones?
Yes.
So where does it come out of the little urine hole, or
Yes. That's where they.
no. Where does it come out?
It comes out their pee hole. They feel the same pain from the kidney to the bladder, but they have less of a pathway to go to piss it out because we have to go through. Our urethra is smaller than this.
Wow. But it's
That's why you ever see like a woman piss in an alleyway, like when you're like back in your drinking days, British
Oh, yeah, I've
girls,
seen it. Yeah,
where they're like, I need to go for a piss, just stand out here, wipe mine like this, and then you hear them, they go behind a dumpster, and it's like. It's such a heavy thing, a woman's piss, isn't it? It's like you can hear chicken bones falling out of it. What the? It's just that.
Yeah.
Like women should piss like men, and men should piss like women.
Yeah.
Like we have a gentle stream that you can point. That's a controlled environment.
Sometimes it's not gentle.
Yeah, but you know when you got like women are like, oh, you pissed on the floor, and it's like you try standing up. You would be a disaster.
It would be a disaster.
It'd look like a yellow Jackson Pollock painting if you let fucking women just stand up and piss.
Yeah. Do you pee sitting down? I do sometimes.
I don't. I'm a hemorrhoid person, so I don't like. You sitting down is what pushes them out. You know what I mean? So I like to stand as much as possible.
Wow.
There we go. There's the couple of the snake people.
All right, watch the snake
We got Pastor Jacob.
on Fox.
We got the boxer Devontae, the poker player, Amanda, the lawyer. The girl, the cop at the end there, she's already been kicked off the show. She went in a bit too heavy to begin with. She flirted with everybody, and they got rid of her.
Wow.
She was got the OnlyFans model. The bloke at the end there, he's a jewel thief who went to prison for a couple of years. His job is ex-con.
Wow.
Right? And I think from following his social, he's given stand-up a go. So good for him. Nice fella.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
But, they're interesting
Tuesday
characters.
night, The Snake, Fox.
Or you can just go watch it on thing. And I've just got a new tour, Son of a Carpenter. I'll be touring I'm going all across Europe, man.
Wow.
Look at this. We got Portugal, Spain, Greece, Cyprus, France, United Kingdom, Austria,
Where are you playing in
Croatia.
Honolulu?
What is it? Go upwards. There we go. Honolulu. I'm in the Bastille Concert Hall.
He's got the Blaisdell.
There it is.
How many
Blaisdell.
seats is that?
I think it's like an arena.
Okay.
It's like a 2,000 seater. But I always try to like organize when you have kids, Tommy. Right,
Bobby.
Yeah, Tommy. I've only known him for 50 years,
Bro. You know what? You know Russell Brand called me on a podcast. He called me Benny. Benny Lee. You can call me Tommy. So go ahead. So
Bobby.
Yes,
Bobby. So when you have kids, so think about 2055 or whenever it happens for you.
Yeah.
You try to plan fun gigs in the summer. So you'll always catch me July 25th, July 26th. I go off to Hawaii and
With your kids though.
Take the kids.
The whole family. That's amazing.
We do Maui and thing. We spend 5 days extra in each city.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We do it right, man.
Yeah. Do you ever go to the Mama's Fish House?
Yeah.
I love that restaurant.
Yeah. I got
Yeah.
I love Hawaii.
Me too.
Do you want to know what Hawaii is? Hawaii feels like Australia and America have fucked and had a child.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what Hawaii.
That's what it feels like.
I was floating in Waikiki, which is one of the nicest city beaches in anywhere in the world. There's nicer beaches in the world, but just for warm water and just going out and float. And
we were all there last week.
I had an edible. I was just floating out in the fucking water, just like on an inflatable ring, thinking life doesn't get much better than this, just all high, right? And then this other bloke on a ring just splashes up. Splash, right? And he gets all the way out to me, he goes, oh, fucking hell, Jim. Oh, these Americans, they don't get our sense of humour, do they? So that's so Australian.
Yeah.
To come up and say hello and then to say that the country you live in doesn't find you funny.
Yeah.
And then to float away.
What did you say back?
I said, oh, well, you know how they are. I'm like not going to get into a chat with him. I was in my happy place.
Right. Sometimes it's hard to get out of a conversation.
Last 20 minutes. This guy's been chatting me ears off. Let's recap your day.
Okay.
Okay, let's end with you recapping your day.
The recap the podcast? What did you do? What did we get from you?
Yeah, what do we get from you?
We got you. You wished me Happy Father's Day. I appreciated that.
You're welcome.
You've told us where there might be some good Mexican food.
Yeah, downtown LA.
Downtown LA is where his thing is, and so I imagine Mexican food is a hot dog with the sausage wrapped in bacon. Why is it they all sell the same thing out the front of the Staples Center? If you were one bloke who just went, chicken, I got chicken, you'd go, all right, something different. They all sell the same hot dog. I don't know. It's a good hot dog.
It's a very good hot dog.
The bacon wrapped hot dog with the peppers and the onions it's a quality item. I love it. It's well priced. I can now Venmo ya. I'm down. But there's 50 of you.
Yeah, tell your Mexican
Just
friends.
have one bloke just go, candy cane, or I don't know.
Just make a call, okay? So what else did you say this podcast, you think?
Chicken tacos I would be excited by. Young man, I assume. It's hard to tell with you.
How old do you think he is?
How old do you think?
There's no wrong answer.
There is.
There is a wrong answer. Biological, but okay.
There's so many.
There is for how attracted I am to you.
Maybe in YMCA.
I would believe you're in your 20s.
Yeah.
Okay, you're in your 20s. So I believe you're in your 20s and possibly in an accident at some stage. No, I'm kidding. So 26?
No.
What?
29.
29. Okay.
Wow, you look young. Good. Yeah, very good. Yeah.
You look young too.
Anyway, Jim,
Download Royal Kingdom.
no.
No, okay. So I want you just to say, here's the difference between heckling all around the world.
Okay. No,
figured
just London, because we're going to play it. Just give me England.
I'm going to give you 3 continents, and you're going to sit here and listen.
Okay. I loved it. All right, go ahead.
Okay, so Americans heckle to correct you or to argue, right?
Right.
So if you do something, hey, listen, hey, buddy, my wife has diabetes. It'll be whatever, right?
Right.
There'll be all whatever, right? Australians heckle to trip you up, right? So if you're getting near a punchline, they'll go,
Yeah, right.
so that your timing's just out.
Yeah.
And then you go,
They're all in jackass.
and they go, I got you. You know what it is? It's like when someone walks behind you and they're just clipping your heels.
Right.
And you're like, I'm just trying to walk. Right.
Actually, Perth was like that.
Yeah. Australian,
It was a tough show for me.
Australians try to
fuck me up.
They try to trip you up with their heckling.
But it didn't work.
And the British try to out funny you. They try.
Nightmare. That's your worst nightmare.
Nightmare.
No, that's my favorite of all the hecklers.
You're smart.
No, I like the out funny because then the room gets an extra laugh that I didn't have to manufacture. We're just about having as much laughter in that room as possible. If they can do it, fucking more power to
Will
them.
they heckle for 12,000 people? You think?
Oh yeah.
Oh no! Oh no!
Especially in a pot. Well, you're not even doing stand up, are you?
We are. We do 20 minutes of stand up a piece and then do the thing.
No, I know you're doing stand up, but you're not really doing stand up, right?
Oh.
Yeah, I'm in my underwear.
Yeah, that's you. Yeah.
All right, okay. For the theater, can you push? What are you putting that up?
You know.
Who
No, I'm a big fan of yours.
you know what I mean? He's gonna give another fucking gun. You're gonna give him bullets?
Is that a bullet?
Yeah. He has bullets of. What the fuck are you doing?
How many more bullets do you have?
Yeah, I'm an anti-gun guy. I don't know if you're.
So Jim,
All right, I'm sorry for talking so long.
no.
Make it a 7-parter.
This has been great, but we want to be able to promote.
He wouldn't shut up.
So we have The Snake on
The
Fox.
Snake. I got a
Tuesday
new
night.
special coming out late August
On HBO or
on
Netflix?
Netflix.
Netflix.
That'll be my 6th Netflix special, my 10th special in
Damn.
total.
Wow,
And
that's a lot.
And I have a small partner movie coming out called Him, which is a Monkey Paw Productions, Jordan Peele's company.
Wow.
Which is with Marlon Wayans and Tyreek Withers and
It's the
Julia
football.
Fox. It's a football movie.
football movie, yeah.
And I will tell you a story when we get off air that you'll enjoy.
Okay. Well, Jordan and I are very old friends.
Oh, I won't tell it to you then.
Really?
No, I'm
Oh,
kidding.
yeah.
I'm kidding.
Anyway, give Jefferies a round of applause, everybody.